Okay, let's break down a Fox News segment that argues the American left has radically changed.
It all kicks off with this one line from Laura Ingraham framing the whole piece. The main idea that the Democratic Party has basically transformed into something completely new.
Here's the contrast they draw: the JFK and Clinton era versus what they call the new left.
So how do they make this case? They focus heavily on one person, streamer Hasan Piker. He's pretty much presented as the face of this entire political transformation. In this clip, Piker argues for what he calls a controlled end to the American empire. From there, the segment really hones in on some specific accusations about his worldview. And it's a stark one, that he didn't just hate America, but celebrated 9/11. This is the controversial statement they present as the core evidence for that claim. The focus then shifts from the US to his perspective on world history. And this quote is the primary evidence they use to back up that specific claim. So the segment lays out this list of very controversial positions they attribute to Piker. To support their point on the Middle East conflict, this is the quote they highlight. And then the segment kind of escalates, focusing on what it calls Piker's revolutionary rhetoric. The labels get more intense, too. He's called a communist and a privileged Nepo baby. Next up, the focus shifts to some of Piker's comments about wealth and property owners.
This quote right here is presented to really showcase the intensity of his rhetoric.
The argument is that his influence isn't random. It has a very specific political goal. And they use Piker's own words here to outline what they say is his political strategy. Then, the source tries to connect Piker to a much wider trend on the political left. The argument is that this goes beyond online personalities to include major political players. Tom Steyer's statement here is put forward as just another example of this leftward shift. So, according to the source, a radical evolution is happening. They leave us with this question: